Music. It's everywhere. On the streets, in venues, and in our hands. Popular music cities like Austin, Seattle, and New York all have their own vibes, which people in the biz refer to as a scene. George Miller, the creator of Philadelphia's music magazine Jump, says the scene is much more than just the music.
To be completely comprehensive as a music scene, you've got to have everything. It starts with talented people. You've got to have people who support the talent, so you need promoters, producers, venue operators, sound people, all the way up through record labels and distribution and things like that. But also, I think very important is that there are people covering everything that's happening in the music scene. I think.
Like other cities, Philadelphia also has its own scene. During the 1960s and 70s, Philadelphia gained vast attention for the writing and production by Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff, and what is now famed as the Sound of Philadelphia.
Gamble and Huff, one of the big things that they did was they had this big, lush sound, and very frequently they had orchestras and violins and strings and harps. And so we had a city full of musicians, we had people working together, we had all these people bringing their different influences together, creating this great, incredible sound.
From that era stemmed neo-soul, where popular artists like The Roots and Jill Scott's smooth, evolving sound broke out and took over the airwaves and ultimately the Philadelphia music scene. But since that time, Becca Lane, founder of Becca Lane Media, a musically driven media firm in Philadelphia, says there's a lot of factors holding the scene back.
There's this disconnectedness that exists here. There's incredible amount of talent that exists here. There's an incredible amount of facilities. The rent is so much cheaper in Philadelphia, so there's incredible, like some of the best studios in the country are in Philadelphia. Some of the best venues, producers, like all of the resources exist here. They just don't work together.
For many popular acts, the disconnect didn't seem to faze them. Various acts like The Roots, Dr. Dog, and G-Love have grabbed attention worldwide.
Please welcome from Philadelphia, The Roots.
Please welcome Dr. Dog.
Different people throughout the music industry have juxtaposed feelings on some of Philly's biggest contributors leaving the city. While Lane feels that the musicians may be gaining success, when they leave Philadelphia, they leave a hole.
It's been a real struggle for artists to kind of break out of the scene in Philadelphia. The ones that do kind of start to see any kind of success or anything leave and kind of leave the people behind.
Philadelphia is vast in places to play music, both big and small, each diverse and offering a different crowd most nights. While some give the smaller acts the stage, like Johnny Brenda's In the Fire, others like the Wells Fargo Center and the Electric Factory offer bigger ticket acts, including Bruce Springsteen and Dave Matthews Band. But Lane finds, while they are plentiful, the game of catch-up venues tend to play are often stunning Philly's growth in more than one way.
I think they're so busy trying to compete with Live Nation and AEG that they haven't really seen the bigger picture.
Since many of the venues within the city double as bars, there's a 21-plus age limit set, often keeping younger musicians stuck and unable to contribute.
Ideally, I would love for high school students and stuff to be able to go to shows. If you can start with the younger generation, that's the way to make a change.
But there's one thing even these younger musicians have access to: the web. With the expansion of the internet, the ability of artists to collaborate from home is extensive.
You can create tracks in Philadelphia, work with producers in Seattle, have a drummer in Tokyo, and you can piece it all together online.
A powerful subset of the internet, social media, has created outlets for artists to get their music noticed. YouTube has been credited with numerous successes, including superstar Justin Bieber. Ryan Schubert, a young artist, uses YouTube to post covers he does of popular songs.
I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I wanna dance with somebody. With somebody who loves.
I think social media has helped the artist and musician because you can have multiple people promoting it mostly friends. That's easy to get the word out.
Although it's her specialty, Lane agrees that social media can't be your one-stop shop for success in the industry.
I actually think social media has hurt the artist more than it's helped. You have to really do something incredible to stand out.
So what can give you the one-up? What gives Philadelphia's sound a unique vibe?
Here, the main drive that behind the people that are operating here is to enhance the culture and the music and the art, you know, and I think that's really what sets Philadelphia apart.
And according to Miller, you ain't seen nothing yet.
You know, we're like on the cusp of being a pretty amazing scene. We've got a lot of small little pockets of things happening. If it all comes together, I think it'd actually be better than the late 70s and early 80s.
But as you're waiting for the next best thing, remember to keep your eyes and ears open.
I mean, sometimes you need to reach for the stars, but at the same time, if that's all you're reaching for, you're never going to see what's in front of you.
So get out there. Go to your local hole in the wall for a jazz night, rock out with your local punk band in a basement, check out the newest acts, and support that culture that's right outside your door. And for all the musicians in Philadelphia, big or small, in the words of Shakespeare, if music be the food of love, play on. For Broadcast Documentary, I'm Ashley Hall.